Welcome, everybody, to episode 292 of The China Show, The Real China Show.
That's right. None of that fake crap. 292.
Yeah. You know, remember there was like a Ghostbusters cartoon that wasn't actually the Ghostbusters. I think it was something before. And so then they had to make the real Ghostbusters cartoon.
Yeah, it was called The
Real Ghostbusters. This is The Real China Show.
China Show.
Exactly. Anyway, guys, 292 is the Gibraltar, right?
That's right. What were you going to say there?
I was going to say the rock of Gibraltar.
Yeah, because it does have a giant rock there.
Do you think they have rock concerts?
I bet they probably do.
It'd be a great thing.
Can you tell me...
Rock on the Rock.
Can you tell me what the country... by the way, if you're from Gibraltar,
yes,
please give us a comment. Shout us out in the chat. We shout you guys out.
Mm-hmm.
What country does Gibraltar belong to?
The UK.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
But where is it?
Not in the UK. It's like in the sea somewhere.
No.
Okay, so explain.
It's like anything's in the sea, technically.
Sure.
Just take a guess. Like what do you think it's near, at least? It is, I'll tell you, it's directly connected to a country.
No idea. You go ahead and tell me.
Just why? I'm not
going to answer. So you just...
guess.
Nope, I'm not going to guess.
It's Spain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's in Spain.
Excellent. It's weird that...
It is kind of weird.
It's kind of like a lot of countries around the world belong to Spain that are nowhere near it.
Like what?
Or at least used to. Mexico.
True. Not anymore.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Tons of places.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, this is not a geography lesson here, guys.
Well, we'll give you a little one.
We're going to get right into things today with what's new. We have so much to cover. A lot of interesting things have been happening in China, and we can't wait to show you.
Yes.
So let's saunter right into it with what's new. And this is where we...
discuss what's new.
Yeah, specifically with regards to China. So what do we got over here?
Oh, I want to pause that real quick.
Okay.
And you were dangerously on the edge.
I really was.
That is so close.
Mm-hmm.
He almost clicks off, and then it screws up the window size, and you guys get to have a spaz attack and watch everything move around. It says, we were wrong. Oops. China economy good. Building boom. Okay, so quick correction. We always correct ourselves when we're wrong.
Oh yeah,
Let's have a look.
100%. Let's take a look. Look at that.
Wow. They build fast.
Oh, yes.
We apologize that we were wrong.
Yes.
What we had done is watch the footage backwards.
Yes, this is what it was really like, by the way. Not this corn door. That's some pretty famous footage from a couple of years ago now, where they demolished 12 completed skeletons of buildings all at the same time. And this is something China does a lot, is they, in order to keep the sort of real estate boom going, is they get investments build, they steal all the investment money, don't finish the project, and then they smash it down and build again, get new investment. And the people that actually paid to buy apartments lose out.
That's right.
Anyway, we've got a corn door here. I mean, it is.
Like how you say it so nonchalant.
But it is. Look, it's like
that's a Shandong corn door.
It is a corn door.
Well, you know who loves corn doors?
Oh, no.
It's probably the like farmer. So before I do the like farmer, please hit the thumbs up button.
Yeah. Okay. So this is kind of a funny thing. You got this home mom and pop industry in China of basically making things out of whatever you can and selling it at the local markets. So you'll have a small operation where they're just finding anything to fill the doors. Okay. Sometimes it's with cardboard. Sometimes it's with used corn cobs, as you can see here. And, of course, these people found out and weren't very happy about it.
Is that Hodor's brother?
I have no idea. Corn door. What's going on here?
It's a little doctor's visit. Listening for the baby.
Okay. As you do.
He says your baby's singing inside. You silly doctor. Those were headphones.
Dude, what is this? I'm sorry. What is this terrible dad joke nonsense you've given us here?
That is, I watched it and said, I would never put that in the show because it's too dumb. And then I said, specifically because of that, I have to put it in the show.
Okay, I get it.
It's too dumb.
I get it.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
One of the dumbest things ever. What is he listening to on his earphones?
Shouldn't he know?
Yeah.
He's the one that did it.
I think you included the music, though, didn't you? What he's listening to.
My love full story, it may sound very gay. Tell friends, say I'm loser.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that what he was listening to?
I think that's what he was listening to. He's like, oh, your baby's singing. He knows me well.
Oh my gosh! I love the people in the chat that were saying that the doctor thing was fake. Yeah,
it's very, very fake.
maybe I'm getting whoosh though. Maybe they're being ironic.
Yeah, it's possible. What is going on here? Please explain. Because you put this together, I'm not sure.
So yeah, there's a recent trend in China, actually the past couple of years, putting chilies and everything, and there's a reason for that. Sichuan.
Oh, it's in
province.
Sichuan. I should have guessed.
Yeah, the Sichuan is a province in western China. They're very famous for chili peppers, which is weird because chili peppers are from the New World, right?
Yeah.
China's convinced they invented chili peppers, and they're the only people in the world that eat spicy food.
Fascinating. In China, you'll get asked a lot, do you foreigners eat spicy food?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, it comes from where we're from.
I'm American. It's literally from my continent.
Yes, it came from here. Yeah, but they're convinced it's a China-only invention.
It is, yeah. Anyway, there's a trend in restaurants, in coffee shops, in bubble tea shops, in dessert shops. Everything has got to have chilies in it because it represents the province, right?
Yeah.
Sichuan's very hot right now. And I don't mean temperature-wise. It's actually very cold right now.
Sure.
Very hot in Chinese media. They're really promoting the hell out of it. So chilies have become a real theme. So they've got chili drinks. They got chili, all kinds of stuff. It looks like a terrible idea.
I wouldn't want to eat that at all. What is that, chili coffee?
Yeah.
Gross. Okay, this is a follow-up. Guys, last week we spoke about this horrific fire. By the way, I just wanted to give everybody an update on that. I'll make us big here. So last week we showed you this horrific fire in these Hong Kong apartments. It's killed, there's a confirmed 158 people, I believe, but still more missing. So there's a lot of people died. A lot of people died. And they were trying to blame it on the bamboo scaffolding, but we showed you that actually it must be that netting. It's been confirmed it was the netting, by the way, now. Yeah. And not only that, it's been confirmed that shortcuts were taken.
Yeah.
In order to save 100,000 Hong Kong dollars, what is that in dollars? It's not even that much.
That's like, what, $10,000 US?
In order to save $10,000, they bought this cheap knockoff, non-fire retardant netting. But in order to trick the inspectors, is they bought the real fire retardant netting, but just for the bottom. So when the inspectors came to come and check, they checked, like, they go up to the building and the stuff they can test and feel and see.
Very tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, but the stuff up there was like patchworked in, this cheap stuff.
Yeah.
So it has been confirmed that it was that caused the fire.
That's right. Just some details here. This. So what happened was, this was at Hong Kong Baptist University.
Yes.
Okay? And at Hong Kong Baptist University, they put up a wall. This is a very Hong Kong thing, to put up these walls. You saw them a lot during the democracy protests.
Oh, yeah.
And they
It's called a Lenin Wall.
Yeah, Lenin Wall. They're basically saying, we feel really bad about what happened. Deepest condolences, and please, we beg the government to look to make sure this doesn't happen again. To make sure you look into it. Right.
It says, we earnestly request the government heed our good advice. Oh, that's not something you want to say to like a mafia boss. You should listen to what I have to say.
But it's supposed to be a free territory.
Of course, respond to public needs. Justice needs to be served. So,
what did they do?
Yeah, can you guess what the Chinese government does when there's a message that they don't like?
And again, they're not supposed to have any overreach over this kind of stuff.
Remember, Hong Kong's still supposed to be this one country, two systems. It's still supposed to have freedom of speech. It doesn't. Spoiler. This is what they decided to do, is they put boards up in front of it so nobody can see it.
They
physically censored it.
Yeah, Hong Kong people call this the wall of shame. This is my favorite one. They did more. They did more.
So not only
peeking.
Yeah, exactly. So not only did they put the boards, I'll get us out of here. They put the boards to block the message. They put these other like plastic barriers all around so people couldn't peek, like you say.
That's what I like to call the Streisand effect. It's like,
yes.
I wonder what's behind here.
I think we still have that soundbite somewhere if I can find it. It's taking too long now, so it loses its.
It's better when you have to wait for it and the moment's passed.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, it's like marinating it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Can you see me?
I understand why you'd be rusty on it because we rarely use that.
Yeah, we very rarely use it. Yeah, but I mean that's just such a typical Chinese government way of dealing with free speech,
in not a Hong Kong way of dealing with it. So this is the reason. You might say, "Oh, of course," because Hong Kong's fallen into the CCP, right?
Yeah.
So why would you even show us this? Of course, this is what happens. The reason I do this, or we do this, is because I think this is a poetic example of what happens when China overreaches, right? It's a palpable example of what how a culture can actually change. The culture is there to put up a Lenin wall and say like, oh, we feel so bad. Hong Kong is a very charitable
Dude, they're not
society.
even asking much. They're asking for the government to hold the people accountable, who caused the fire.
And I think that's a very normal
Very,
thing
very
to
normal.
do. That wasn't even against the Chinese central government, by the way.
No.
Which is crazy. So this is such a 180 on what Hong Kong used to stand for. And they still stand for.
Yeah.
Right, but you can see the overreach.
It's not as bad as the people that actually got arrested. Did you put that in there?
Yeah, so what's interesting is some other people online, right? Do you know what they called for? This guy named Miles Kwan. He was a university student.
Yeah.
He launched an online petition. You know what he called for?
What?
An independent inquiry into the fire.
Okay, so this is what he did.
Yes.
He launches a petition. We want an independent inquiry into this disastrous fire, one of the worst fires that Hong Kong has ever seen, that's killed so many people.
And he wants accountability for from government officials.
Yes.
Okay. He was arrested.
He was arrested for what?
Sedition.
Sedition. It's ridiculous. Okay, anyone out there who thinks that, China living in the future, we should learn from China, needs to understand that no, you should never learn from China, because just imagine trying to start an online petition to ask for an independent inquiry into a disaster that was preventable, by the way, and was there because of corruption.
Yeah.
And then you get arrested for sedition.
Again, I think it's crazy that they're enacting this whole national security nonsense that half of the entire country protested against, by the way, our territory. What I find insane is that you're leveraging it right now on the most crazy non-government related things. They're calling an inquiry from the local officials,
Sure,
not from Beijing.
Yeah.
Right. And they're getting arrested for sedition.
Yeah.
Kenneth Chung, a former district councilor, was arrested after making online comments about the fire.
Yeah.
He was released on bail, but his passport was confiscated.
Oh, so he's not allowed to leave now.
Yeah. An unidentified volunteer, an individual who was assisting fire victims with charitable supplies, was also reportedly arrested.
It's ridiculous. So just like everything else that comes out of China, if it's inconvenient, it has to be silenced. You're not allowed to talk about it. You're not allowed to make a stink about it. It has to go away. It has to be covered up, literally covered up.
Well, and like these guys didn't even by Chinese or by Hong Kong law. These guys didn't break any law.
No.
So when China does stuff like this, they will, no matter what, they'll manufacture a law or a case against you so that they can make you stop.
Exactly.
Right.
Terrible.
You just can never trust it.
Yeah. All right.
What's next?
I don't know. What is this?
Oh,
You put this together.
Yeah, meme going around in China.
Okay, let's take a look.
Pause it real quick. I don't know why Mudahar is down there laughing. But yeah, so there's a meme going around. There's a black dude, and this is for audio listeners. I'm not trying to spoil the joke. Audio listeners, there's a black dude that's crouched down ready to run because the countdown for the crosswalk, and they're like, everyone else is like, why? What are you doing? You don't have to like run for this, right?
You do though.
But then immediately the walk symbol only goes for 2 seconds and then goes back to a 99 counter.
Yes.
That's actually funny because this does happen a lot. in China.
Yeah, the countdowns
timers
are
are so
very,
broken.
very short sometimes.
What do we call it? Windows minute? Microsoft minutes?
Yeah,
or
Microsoft
whatever.
minutes, yeah. That's usually the opposite where it takes too long.
Yeah.
I like his afro comb and everything. He's really like embracing the part. Anyway.
That's to me, like you have these fancy EVs and all the propaganda stuff.
Yeah.
That's the car of the people. in
These
China.
ones, yes.
The
these like
knockoff
Suzuki. Yeah.
And they're like 20,000 RMB or something.
Yeah.
That's the car.
Look at that. It's not very effective.
That's some engineering for you.
What is he doing with a cucumber in a lathe?
Let's find out. Let's learn. We'll learn something.
I doubt we're going to learn anything here.
That's where you'd be wrong.
All right, so he's putting a thread into it. He's now cutting a thread into a carrot.
Why
Okay.
do you think he would do this?
So that he can have an oily snack.
Why is it oily?
So you got oil on that stuff.
Oh, 'cause from the lathe. Pause that
Yeah.
real quick. Now that's important that we watch that.
Why? What are you doing? I don't.
It's very important that we watch
You're
that.
turning our show into TikTok over here.
No.
Dude, what is this?
I'm showing what's viral in China.
Oh, okay. All
That's what we do in What's New. It's like you haven't had 292 episodes here before.
right. I suppose.
Have a look at this.
Okay.
Arapaima. Do you know what an arapaima is?
I'm guessing it's a fish,
Yes.
like a pike-looking thing.
not really a pipe.
Like it looks like a flat carp.
It looks like a dinosaur, and
Okay.
they're very scary.
Yeah.
They're not violent, but you probably wouldn't want to mess around with them because of their mouth.
Okay.
So let's see what happens here.
Pretending to be a worm. Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, the
do we got
PLA
here?
prepares to invade India.
Uh-oh. Can you explain to our audio listeners what they're hearing?
Dude's
'Cause they
just
might
messing
take that
around with
seriously.
a jackhammer, an air drill.
It does sound like a machine gun.
and it looks like one too, like a
does.
belt-fed machine gun.
Can I
That's
ask you a
funny.
question?
Yeah, what's that?
If you were messing around that construction site, would you do that?
Of course,
I would too.
100%.
I would do
I
it
think
more than the actual work.
anyone would do that.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
So anyway,
So shout out to that guy doing what we all want to do.
exactly. Now let's get into something more serious. Now this is a very interesting case. This is
yeah.
happening right now, by the way.
Yeah.
It's been going on since yesterday. This is at the Yilingsheng, also known as Yisheng Electronics factory in Shenzhen. Now, you probably have some of their products because they make all sorts of junk. And yeah, but I mean,
That's just the word you use
Yeah,
for
I just use
everything, yeah.
junk when I talk about cheap Chinese electronics. Okay, game
I was trying to
controllers.
save your ass over here.
No, dude, no need. I will own it. Okay, they make game controllers, smartwatches, earphones, speakers, Android motherboards, smart whiteboards, and digital signage hardware.
Okay.
You will probably have something in your house that is somehow connected to this factory or something similar.
Oh wow.
'Cause they make-
It's that big?
Yeah, they make all sorts of little junk.
Huh.
You know, that ends up in other junk. It's
Okay.
disguised as another junk. You know what I mean? You know how it goes these days. Exactly. You know how it goes these days. Anyway, so now you can see they're having widespread strike. All of the factory workers are out there, as you can see. And you know why?
Why?
Because the company said, no more working overtime and on the weekends. You're going to have a normal 5-day workday.
Everybody's
and
not
2
working
days
on
off
the week.
Yeah, exactly. You get 2 days. You actually get a full weekend and only 8-hour days. And they're like, no, we don't want that.
Makes sense. Why?
Okay, but yeah, you'll understand why. So they implemented this 8-hour a day, 5-day week. Okay. And that's because they say their orders are low due to tariffs and things like that. Okay, so their orders are now low. So that means that the factory workers' base salary is all they can pull in now, which is only 2,000 RMB. That's like $280. You know what I mean?
$200?
Are you kidding
Are
me?
you kidding me?
Yeah, exactly. So that's not a lot, okay, per month. But what's worse is the company deducts insurance for like, I guess, health insurance, and then they deduct like pension and stuff out of their salary.
Yeah.
So they only end up with 1,000 RMB a month. That is $141 thereabouts. Do you guys understand how expensive Shenzhen is? To live in Shenzhen these days is almost as expensive as living in a developed country in a lot of
Depending.
ways.
Yeah.
It can be.
Yeah.
It could be more expensive.
It can be. You're right.
It could be way more
Especially
expensive.
if you want to buy like imported stuff
Yeah.
because you don't want to like get poisoned from the
Obviously,
gutter oil and stuff.
you're not these factory workers aren't going to be going to LA and BLT and the Sheraton Hotel or something. But I'm just saying, like, if you're a foreigner or a rich dude in Shenzhen, you can actually live a much more expensive lifestyle than you could in like LA or something.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Because it's got all the glitzy places and the
Yeah.
expensive places.
Yeah.
But even for the lowest tier on the economic scale, people like this, it's very expensive. Food is really, really expensive.
It's going up.
When you work at a factory like this, you're usually given a dormitory, so you don't need to worry about paying rent. But that comes out of your salary, as you can see anyway. You know, that's why you've only got a 1,000 RMB. So these guys are really protesting because they want to work the extra hours. They're not going to get a raise. You can't expect to earn more per hour. They're not going to do that because of the industry. but you can work longer hours and you can work on the weekends to make up that money in order to survive and send money back to your family and stuff.
Yeah, because they'll live like 30 to a dorm, 50 to a dorm.
Yes.
And they'll stack up like sardines and then go work. So yeah, they're begging for more hours, but there's no hours to give.
Exactly. So it's, again, shows you how dire the economy is right now. But, you know, it's a weird thing to wrap your head around that people would be protesting because they're not able to work slave hours.
Yeah, I mean, because it goes both ways.
Yeah.
That both situations are here
Yeah.
in China. Must be nice, though. I mean, like, to have the logo.
Must be nice to live in a real country.
Exactly. So I don't know if you spotted it, but there are now police surrounding them.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't think this is allowed.
No.
I don't want people to think this is allowed. Can't do this in China.
So anyway, the cops have been brought in. Apparently, the police are surrounding them. This is still developing. We'll let you know next week if anything really big happens with this. But just to show you that it's pretty bad when the factory workers are striking because they can't work overtime and on weekends.
That's true.
You know, the countdown is on. Oh, I guess this is
The countdown's
a word.
on.
The countdown's on, guys. Holiday shopping season is officially here. Uncommon Goods takes the stress out of gifting with thousands of unique, high-quality finds you won't see anywhere else.
Don't wait. The most meaningful gifts get scooped up fast, and now is the perfect time to cross things off your list.
Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the US. Many are crafted by independent artists and small businesses, making every gift feel meaningful and truly one of a kind.
And I'm super pleased with them. I got an advent calendar, assembled in the US, by the way. And each window actually has candies from around the world. So my kids are going to absolutely love it.
Yep.
Also got some sick NFL glasses, pint glasses.
Uncommon Goods has something for everyone, from moms and dads to kids, teens, and book lovers. History buffs to diehard football fans, to foodies to mixologists and avid gardeners.
But actually, they had a little LED sign, which is made in the USA. And it's really cool. It tells you the air quality, it tells you little facts of the day. And if you're a sports guy, it can give you sort of live updates on your NFL game. And that
It literally does. It tells you like who's got the ball, what down it is, like the scores. I thought that was amazing.
You'll find thousands of new gift ideas that you won't find anywhere else.
When you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. Many of the handcrafted products are made in small batches, so shop now before they sell out this holiday season.
And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give back $1 to a nonprofit of your choice. They've donated more than $3.1 million to date. So don't wait. Cross those names off your list before the rush.
Get 15% off of your next gift. Go to uncommongoods.com/ADV. That's uncommongoods.com/ADV for 15% off Uncommon Goods. We're all out of the ordinary. We love AG1. AG1 is the daily health drink that combines your multivitamin, pre- and probiotics, superfoods, and antioxidants into one simple green scoop.
It's one of the easiest things you can do to support your body every day. What does it take? A few seconds.
Yep.
Put that scoop in there. Ding, ding,
Stir
ding,
it
ding.
around. Done.
Delicious.
Absolutely.
This time of year, my routine gets totally thrown off. Travel, family gatherings, colder weather, all of it. So I've been relying on my AG1, my daily health drink. It's the easiest habit ever.
Holiday season is basically an obstacle course for your immune system. AG1 Next Gen is clinically shown to help fill nutrient gaps and keep my gut feeling good.
I drink my AG1 first thing in the morning. It's part of my daily routine, so everything comes after that. It's the most important part of my day. They've got original, they've got citrus berry, they got tropical. I've actually been loving the tropical flavor recently.
Yeah, I like the original.
Nice. Heading into the new year, it's never too early to start a healthy habit. AG1 is definitely the easiest one I've got.
Head to the link in the description, drinkag1.com/ADV, and when you first subscribe to AG1, you'll get an AG1 welcome kit, a bottle of vitamin D3 plus K2, a morning person hat, I know you like yours so much, and you'll get to try each new flavor of AG1, and their new sleep supplement, AGZ.
That's $126 in free gifts for new subscribers. So don't forget to go to drinkag1.com/ADV. Thanks.
It's Slopaganda!
Whoa, Slopaganda. Thank you guys for checking out our sponsors. It's awesome.
This is a compelling story.
Yeah, okay, so we have to give you a little bit of backstory here. China's economy is taking a dive. As much as they try to pretend it isn't with all the propaganda you see on X and on social media and YouTube, as you can see from the factory workers demanding to be able to work extra hours just to earn a pittance.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but can we just repeat again? These guys are earning they're taking home $140 a month to work 5 days a week, 8 hours a day in a factory, and you get $140 US.
Insane. That's insane.
Would you do that?
I read. You know what? I read an article the other day.
Yeah.
And again, this isn't against the article. It's against the headline, like in this context at least.
Yeah.
And it said, the day that China realized it was America's equal or something. I'm like, I went, scoff! Scoff!
I think that's the correct. I do every time I open up Twitter or X and there's some like China's living in the future, flashy cities. I'm like, wow,
Dude.
I just want to go kick rocks. I don't know what I want to do, but it's just like it's so frustrating because
You want to hurt your own foot.
I can go out and I can film flashy parts of America and say like there's no poverty
do
in
whatever
America.
you want.
There are no drug addicts
can
in
say
America.
that.
There are no guns in America.
Yeah.
I can go out now and film a bunch of stuff for Twitter and say that there are 0 guns in America, and because let's say the American government controlled the narrative, nobody would be able to challenge me.
Yeah.
Because there would be no footage of
Guess
guns.
what? We have the
There are.
First Amendment here.
Exactly.
And we can say
Just
whatever we
saying.
want.
So I'm going on a stupid tangent. Let's get back to this. So because the economy is so bad, China has been trying to push this idea that becoming a delivery driver is glamorous.
The reason they're doing this is that AI is taking a ton of jobs.
Yes.
The economy's going down, like you said. And
There weren't that many jobs to be
the unemployment.
in the first place.
The unemployment. Remember, youth unemployment rate was like 20%.
They stopped reporting it.
I stopped reporting it, and so now we're in a situation where unemployment's a scourge of the whole country.
Yeah.
Remember, they banned people talking about the price of eggs online because they got to stop people freaking out about how bad things are getting.
Yeah.
At least for a good chunk of the population. Obviously, not the hyper elite.
Of course not.
But the lower rung people are always the people that get stamped on in China, right?
Yep.
So being a delivery driver is you don one of these yellow outfits, you
Yep.
get on
Yellow or
an
blue.
e-bike,
Yeah.
right? And then you deliver food to people, like cheap noodles.
Because that's one thing that you're never going to not have a demand for is food.
Yeah, I
People
mean,
have to eat.
Because like I said, you're delivering stuff. And there's no tips, by the way.
There's another thing that I think people don't understand. When you deliver food or you order food, usually it's kind of a luxury. Okay, like at least for me growing up.
Yeah.
If you're going to get takeout, it's because, I don't know, that night you don't want to cook or, your parents don't want to cook or something like that. And it's kind of a luxury.
If I had a sporting event and we get home late,
exactly.
that kind of thing.
And it's normally more expensive than cooking
It is,
your own
of course.
food. But in China, because of the huge amount of people, labor is dirt free.
Yeah.
So to get
dirt free. Wow.
yeah, dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Dirt free. It doesn't have any dirt in it.
It's got no dirt. That's what you want in your food.
I guess I didn't sleep well last night or something. I don't know what's going on with me. Maybe this is too tight.
It's all good.
Anyway,
It's all
sorry.
good.
So labor is dirt cheap. So what happens is it actually ends up being cheaper to go to a restaurant than to cook at home.
Yeah,
which
and
is
it's
bizarre.
because like there is different rungs of quality food.
Oh,
in
of
China.
course.
So I don't know why we're harping on it, but the point is, it's not the same really as other countries. Like you can get the cheapest slop food delivered to you.
Yes,
in
you
China.
can. 100%. So when people are in their office, when people are at home, rather than cook their own food, they do delivery.
Yeah.
Simple. So you need a lot of delivery drivers to service all the people.
Yes.
Okay.
So
So, it's a job.
So here's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to make it not. There's a two-pronged approach. Remember, there's always dual purpose to
Mm-hmm. Yes.
what China does for propaganda. They're trying to make it unemployment go down. So they're
Yes.
like, we need more delivery drivers because that's why you see China hire 20 people and there's literally 20 old ladies in one aisle at a supermarket.
Yeah.
It's just to chip away unemployment rates, right? They're not doing anything.
Nope.
So they're like, well, we can fix the unemployment problem if we pump all these people into or promote this ideology that being a delivery driver is good.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we're going to put it out there that everything's okay.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. Like everyone's got jobs. And in fact, if you do this job, you're going to love it.
Yeah, let's take a look at this propaganda they put out.
Just pissed
请问
off
32号
everyone.
订单好了吗
Yeah.
好的好的，来，
I'll get us out of here so you can see it. Okay. So this is apparently a delivery driver.
第
Okay.
30单了。我叫阿兰，一个在大理送外卖的女骑手。我原来的工作是做平面设计，喜欢摄影，梦想成为一名摄影师。原来的生活2点。
Okay, so you see that? Like, oh, she used to be a graphic designer and a photographer. She dreams to become like a photographer, basically. And her old life was just home and office. Oh, isn't that terrible?
Ah, dang. That
I
cushy
had
job that most Chinese people
I
don't
had that
have now.
stable situation
Yeah.
where I actually worked in an office, and who on earth wants that?
Yes.
You know? Well, let's take a look where this goes because it's really ridiculous.
点一线，这不是我想要的。
That's not the life I wanted.
后来，我来到云南，才发现我的人生可以用另一种方式打开。
A new life on my way, which is supposed to be my
有
way.
人叫我
not
数
on
字
my
游
way.
民，有人说我是在打工度假。要
You're
我
right.
说，就是换个地方上班。送外卖带给我的，不只是一份能随时欣
Oh, look at that.
This is a quote that got everyone going.
It's not only a job that lets me enjoy the scenery along the way. By the way, when you're a delivery driver, you are run ragged. You don't have time.
Oh, we're going to get into this now. This is the reason this pissed off millions of Chinese people is because these are the most shit upon people in China.
And this is such a condescending,
Yes.
like, propaganda.
You barely make anything.
Yeah.
You get run over by cars. You crash and nobody helps.
People treat you like trash. You
Yes.
don't get tips, by the way.
No, you get yelled at all the
Yeah.
time.
You think by the way, there's zero tipping culture in China. You do not get a tip. No waitress gets a tip.
No.
If you leave a tip at a restaurant, a lot of the times they won't accept it.
Yeah.
There's no tipping culture.
So these people are making nothing.
Yeah.
Which you're about to find out.
Yeah. Let's keep going. So
This is
Ooh,
outlandish. But
what
this was getting clowned on. This
Yeah.
quote. I get to enjoy the scenery.
还有一个能随时切换的身份，
it's a role I can switch in
让我
and
感
out of.
觉离梦想能更近一点。
Yeah, sure. What? Imagine you're a delivery driver and some random woman down at a lake is like, "Hey, you just happen to be taking a detour far away from where your delivery is at this lake. Can you
Yeah.
take a picture of me?"
Yeah.
It's a very realistic scene.
Very
Yeah.
realistic.
All right, let's keep going.
当然，这些工作也会遇到一些小麻烦。好在有站点同事们的支持，
This is
嗯
让我能安心送达每一份热乎饭。你好，您订餐快到了。你好，第二了。好的，谢谢。
Pretty fancy place.
当外卖骑手的3个月，
Okay, so here's the kicker. She says, after 3 months as a delivery rider, sorry,
我买了台新相机，
I bought a new camera. Again,
Did you now?
she pulls out this camera.
You know how much that camera costs?
Yeah, so some internet sleuths in China were like, that is a $3,000 camera. That's a 20,000 RMB camera. There's no way you could afford
Dude,
that.
they're making. You'll see what they make.
Yeah, yeah.
我想用它捕捉那些闯入眼睛的瞬间，而这些瞬间也日渐丰盈起来。那一刻，我有个任务，
Not very
把
well
送外卖这
exposed.
段时间捕捉的瞬间分享出来。
Yeah, okay. Nonsense, nonsense. Okay.
现在的我更清楚的知道，人生不只有一种打开方式，而这就是我找到的答案。我向往的美好生活，我派送着，也收到了。
Okay.
So, is that
Long
CCTV
stories of
collab-
China's shining brand value.
So this is actually, before you think, oh, it's a private company put out an ad to recruit new drivers. Do you look
No.
in the bottom? That is CCTV. It's literally the propaganda department of the
Yes.
Chinese government.
Yes.
So they did this in collaboration. So, like I said, it's a two-pronged approach.
Yeah.
This made the entire country angry.
Of course.
They were furious.
And so it turns out, and here's the thing. the actress, okay, this woman who's supposedly a delivery driver. People obviously they did this Renro thing they do in China, which is a human flesh search engine. It sounds terrible, but it actually just means people like dox people, look them up, find out who they are. So she posted on her Weibo, on her social media, that she's not a delivery driver. Obviously. Okay. She's just a part-time actress. She does lots of different actress work. The camera in the video wasn't hers. It was just a prop that was handed to her. You know,
it's not her fault. She's doing a commercial.
The problem is this isn't coming across as a commercial. It's not.
No, it's coming off as propaganda.
It's coming off as an actual story of a day in the life of. And it's like, hi, my name is this. I'm a delivery driver. And this
very
is my dream.
Disingenuous.
Yeah. It looks like it's a focus piece on a person.
Yeah.
And it looks like that's, but just like everything else in China, it's fake.
Sure.
It's all a facade. It's just shortcuts and facades. So she came out and she said, you know, she's just an actress, and people were hating on her, obviously, because they're like, this is BS, you know, like it's difficult.
The anger is directed at the wrong place.
Yeah.
It should be at the propaganda department.
You know, the worst thing is after she kind of put out an apology on her social media to say that she didn't mean to cause any of this stuff, and she's just an actress. Obviously, it's not her fault. Mm-hmm. But then her social media got suspended and taken down by the government because it was causing too much furore, you know? As usual. Isn't that crazy?
It's probably force majeure.
Yeah, force majeure. So this moves us neatly into the next segment of Beyond the Great Firewall.
Yeah, so this guy put this out. There's a lot of these delivery driver videos. And one thing you need to know during this video is that 1 yuan equals 14 US cents. Okay. What you're about to find out is that each delivery, he's getting 14 cents for his payment. So I looked it up. On the lower end of a DoorDash delivery person, they're getting like $5, and on the higher end, they're getting like $15. So
per delivery.
Put it in perspective: 14 cents versus $5 to $15.
Correct.
Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, let's take a
1块钱一单了，1块钱一单了。是的，你没听错，今天某外卖平台的单价创造了历史最低，1块钱一单。我一想，这个1块钱一单是谁定的价呀？没有监管部门来管一下吗？这1块钱，我想问一下，别说够不够油钱了，那够不够咱的电费啊？干一天，真的可笑啊！
He makes a good point, right? This guy is freaking out because he's not getting paid. This guy has to take his kids. So he makes a good point. He says, how is one supposed to pay for the electricity costs of charging his e-bike or whatever? You know, or even if they have a charging facility or a battery swap program.
Yeah.
How are they going to pay for their electricity at home?
Yeah, there's an interesting thing. We're going to be covering in the next episode a big regulatory change for e-bikes. There's a huge thing going on. But a lot of the delivery companies, they lease the bikes to the riders. So, I mean, it's not free.
No.
But when you sign up to be a driver, you then get assigned a company bike that you have to pay a certain amount for, and you charge it at their stations as well. It all gets stocked off your fees. It's all built in.
Yeah.
You know.
One person said, hey, 1 RMB is a lot. That gets you a bowl of rice. You ain't getting a bowl of rice for 1 RMB nowadays in a restaurant.
No.
Not a chance.
No, it's not like it used to be. It all depends on where you are.
Now, this is, I did put a disclaimer here. This is AI. We do not support AI videos, but we're showing you what's viral in China. I wanted you to know we didn't make this.
Yeah, so people are making parodies, basically, of this whole situation. So take a look at the far right there, you'll see.
外卖让我快乐，沿途还能看风景，拿着3000块的相机拍拍照。
That's obviously a complete attack on the video we've just seen, right?
Yeah.
我爱送外卖，送外卖使我快乐。
外卖吗？我爱送外卖，送外卖可以沿途看风景。
See different scenery.
我大学毕业，办公室的生活不是我想要的，我爱送外卖。
送外卖可以沿途看风景。
爱送外卖吗？我爱送外卖。送外卖可以沿途看风景。
Okay. Yeah, so you can see how they're not very happy about it. Because, look, it is a tough job.
It's hard. I was going to say, we rode around all of China on motorcycles. We know how bad it can get.
Dude.
And, you know, we usually rode in the summer months, right? Some of these guys up north, they're riding e-bikes in winter.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Dude, you can remember how miserable it was when it's rainy and wet and freezing cold and you're riding. And these guys have to do it every day.
All day.
Yeah. Non-stop. It's terrible.
It's
so we can
horrible.
sympathize. We sympathize with these guys big time.
It's really sad.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to Soft Power Hour, where we tell you how China's trying to change your mind through various different ways. And what they're trying to tell you is that China's not on fire.
Are they trying to do this? Is this your like smooth operator transition?
Exactly. 100%. Well,
or a hot power hour.
Exactly. You know, at night they show the lights, but they don't show the fires.
True.
Okay, this is huge. Guangzhou Shaoyuan subway station entrance fire. So this happened on December the 1st, okay, a couple days ago. So there was a truck carrying liquid paraffin, and it caught fire. You can actually see the truck right there, and then I'll play what happened. Like a little river of fire went and ignited all those e-bikes you can see on the side of the road, which created a massive wall of flame.
Dude.
It's kind of like a napalm attack or something.
I was gonna say more like in Ultima Online, you do fire like a wall of fire.
You mean firewall spell?
Firewall spell. Yeah.
Well, that's not the Great Firewall of China.
That should have been the Great Firewall of China.
Exactly.
Today. Beyond the Great Fire. Yeah. That's the Great Firewall.
Yeah, this is beyond it, dude.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah,
isn't that crazy?
It is insane. So over 50 e-bikes burned.
Yeah.
You know those things love to burn anyway.
Yeah.
So you don't even need to introduce a flame.
Look at the smoke too.
Good for the environment.
Yeah. Man, those things really go up. Because it's lithium, right?
Yeah, they got lithium-ion batteries. Awful. Yeah. The interesting thing is, like, pretty much a day after this, they started to implement or enforce the new e-bike rules and confiscated.
Yeah, the new rules started in September, but
yeah, but they only after this fire. Then they started to just go to the subway stations, and if you've left your e-bike there, they would just steal it and leave a note.
Very knee-jerk, very reactionary.
Yeah. But look at that. People filming it from up in their buildings and stuff. It's crazy. Yeah.
It is a wall.
So, by the way, that wasn't the only fire.
Okay.
Day before, on November 30th, in Chengdu, far away from Guangzhou, at the Bailizhuang metro station, just outside of the metro station. It wasn't the actual metro station.
Yeah, it was like a warehouse.
There was another fire. Lots of fires in China, as you know. And now in Hong Kong, because China rules Hong Kong.
That's right.
Okay. So I've got a massive update for you guys on the whole Yumi Hamasaki scandal in China. There's been some very interesting developments, and I put together a whole thing. But before that, we've got something we want you to see. And it's this.
Yeah.
Poison beauty. Hell yeah. Look at that. That's a shirt I want to wear. Oh, yeah. That's a shirt I'm gonna wear.
It's awesome. Okay,
No.
I can't stop it.
I left a frame in. You told me.
Oh, I thought this was I'm sorry.
You told me to do it.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Yeah,
you
right.
told me to do the bloom transition.
I did. The 360
you
bloom.
ignored your own order.
I did. I'm sorry about that. Guys, this is a fantastic new limited edition shirt that we're selling. It's fantastic. I can't say that enough. I love the design of this thing.
It's amazing. One of the best.
So we have the Hand Machine Ghost, and this is in the same series,
it's got a
by
sequel.
the way. Yeah. And this is Poison Beauty, Chomei, which it means conceited. You know, you call someone who's incredibly vain, you call them Chomei. And the picture represents that. You can see a very beautiful girl combing her hair, but if you look in the mirror, she's actually very ugly inside.
Yeah. Actually, it's not even directly related to human beings. This is kind of the analogy for how the world is getting warped by AI manipulation. You get the LED lights on the ugly cities in China, and they portray it as America's doom. Look at our LEDs,
Sure.
right? Face filters on cell phone pictures.
Instagram culture.
It's all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of a reaction to it. So we think this is very poetic and kind of explains that. It's one of our best designs yet. We really want you guys to pick this up. I want you to head to thechinashow.threadless.com. Pick up some. There's different ones. There's comfort colors. There's different colors it comes in. There's different qualities that you can pick, right? Definitely go check it out. I think it would make a great gift too.
And remember, this is kind of like a limited edition collector's
it's going away
set. I mean, if you have the Hand Machine Ghost, definitely pick one of these up
Yep.
because it's something that you can add to the collection. There will be more characters coming
If
along.
you don't have a hand machine ghost, pick this one up too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you don't have a hand machine ghost, I'm sorry, but they're gone. And
Yeah.
just like this will be gone. You're not going to be able to get this anymore.
This is a fantastic conversation starter. You know, you can teach people about the Chinese saying and what it means, and get things going.
Get the
it also
conversation
looks
started.
awesome.
Yeah, all hand drawn by our in-house artist, Greg.
Yes,
Miller.
no AI was used at all.
No, at all.
At all. So absolutely pick one up. We implore you. It's super cool. I can't wait for mine to arrive.
Me too.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on, shall we?
We shall.
Okay, so, yes, on Monday, you missed this.
And what's crazy is they weren't even Chinese people that ruled China.
No. Oh, yeah, Taiwan wasn't
But I thought it
included
was
in
always
them.
part of China.
Never. China refused to trade in anything other than silver. If you didn't wear those clothes and have that hairstyle, you would actually get the death penalty.
A common smell that you would smell at this time period as well is in the streets is horse sweat and leather harnesses. Can't believe we're actually using real propaganda footage, but of course, it's the same government now.
You got a conductor, you know, he's like, bring up the drums.
Yes.
You know, it's over here, horn.
全国的一起来不同胞，不应当团结起来，战胜这些旧社会遗留下来的无德而斗争。
So that was a super amazing episode, actually.
I think it's one of our more important ones.
It is. If you go to patreon.com/ADV podcast, you'll get access to 170 plus episodes of Xiaobanho. That's our extra show we do on Monday.
Yep.
And in this episode, painstakingly, it took us a lot of effort to put together. We did what China was like for the average person, right before the communist takeover, and then right after. So we covered the end of the Qing dynasty in 1911.
Yeah.
Into the KMT rule, the nationalist rule, the Republic of China,
Yes.
and then right into the People's Republic of China, just in the early days. So we took slices of life from people at those times. We showed archive footage. We talked about what people wore, ate, dressed, all that kind of stuff. How much things cost.
Yeah.
What life was like. What laws changed.
Yeah.
And so, just if you go next, I just want to show some of the comments we got. We're very flattered. On this one, it was like, this is a fantastic episode, one of my favorites. I really enjoyed the show. Best information I've seen on Chinese history. There's one more.
Okay.
And thank you for the nice comments, guys.
Yeah,
It
we
was
appreciate
really,
it.
Really cool. Some other people said things like, "This was dope. What a great episode, chaps. Viva la différence. Love this episode. Please do a follow up. Great and educational episode. We really loved it." So really good stuff. We're proud of that one.
Yeah, super nice. And if you guys have the means, we would love to see you over at Xiaobanho.
Yeah.
And thank you for everybody who has supported us there. You are awesome.
Yes.
Let's get back to the show.
Bollard.
It's time for Bollard Report.
Bollard.
It's Bollard Report.
You got a lot of bollards popping up?
Yeah, a lot of bollards popping up. You got bollards left and right.
By the way, and I hate
Remember these
I hate to stop this for a second, but just today there was another massive mass vehicular homicide in China.
Oh my gosh. And the other day too,
Yes, 2 this week.
right? Wow.
2 big ones this week.
So that's why they put these up.
And for those of you who don't know, it's called Revenge Against Society. And because in China, you have no outlets. You cannot protest against the government. When you lose your money, when things go bad in your relationship, there are no support networks. You basically just, when people lose it, they take it out on, their fellow citizens, which is horrible. And the easiest way in China, because it's so crowded, is to take your car and just ram it into a bunch of pedestrians, which is what they do. And they do it often. And that's why so many bollards are set up, by the way.
Yeah. Bringing it back to the lighter part of.
I'm sorry to bring it up.
No,
but
I'm glad
just
you did.
happened today.
I'm glad you did, and that's very important to cover. But I wanted to put these back in here. And do you know why? Because remember, we showed this like last year.
Yeah.
These specific ones, and we said we wonder how long they'll last. I want to know if anyone's in China. You can do this anonymously or just put it somewhere on in the Discord or whatever.
Yeah.
But we want to know if these still work.
Pretty sure they don't.
Because I'm not going to go out on a limb yet, but I would love to know if they're broken yet.
Yeah, there's not a lot of these, by the way. These are only put in some very specific spots in the big cities just outside of some subway stations. And it's a gimmick, right?
Yeah.
And you can charge your phone and you can watch
an
adverts. And this is just a great way to get malware on your phone. Really.
That makes me want to die. That is the saddest thing I've ever seen.
It's so dumb. More bollards being installed.
Being protected by the cops.
Yes.
Cop bollards.
You got to protect the bollards.
Those are chained bollards.
You have to be.
They're getting a little BDSM-ish.
Yeah, I mean, look, seriously, they're actually very important. What's going on here?
They should have had bollards here.
Yeah.
This guy's helping him up. Get his scooter back up. He tipped over. Oh my goodness.
That's terrible.
Well,
premature acceleration.
Let's have a look here. We have a woman in a wheelchair. She can't get through. These are kind of elongated bollards.
Sure. Yeah, unfortunately, China is probably the least handicap-friendly country in the world.
Honestly, probably. Yeah. Remember they have blind tiles that Mao was proud of, right?
Yeah.
And is Mao or one of those leaders.
Yeah.
And he set up these blind tiles that have texture so that people with canes can feel where they're going.
There are some right there. You can see.
Can you see those? Yeah, those are blind tiles. So you're supposed to follow the direction of the way the tiles go. If
you
blind.
try to follow those, it'll lead you into a pole. Look.
I know.
It's like, what are
We've seen them go in holes. Yes. We've seen them go into open traffic.
Into razor wire that's hanging over.
Remember the razor wire one?
So bad. It's so bad. Look, that'll lead you, like, if you're blind and you're following those, you'll walk into those steps and just fall over.
You will.
Yeah.
You better not be blind in China. This guy could use a couple bollards. I feel like he does this often.
I think he does. Look at that. He's used to this.
He is.
I'm actually impressed.
I am too. That's why I throw it in.
Do you think he can go back up?
I don't know. This guy's having a ball of the time.
Singing karaoke.
He set up. Pause that.
Dude, he's got a microphone stand.
In the scooter. In the e-bike.
With, like, obviously a big Bluetooth speaker, and he's got his actual karaoke lyrics on the screen.
He's
not
watching
safe.
his phone.
That's
safe. Why I threw it in Bollard report.
Yeah.
He's someone's gonna need some bollards.
He's watching his phone, singing a song while riding a scooter.
I actually knew this was a common thing. I knew people with these, like, scooters. This is
Bollard.
But they had, like, these big 250 scooters that look like motorcycles.
Yeah.
Very ugly thing.
Yeah, I know the ones.
CF Moto or whatever.
Yeah.
And they had these giant, terrible speakers, but they were loud.
Mm-hmm.
Built in. They weren't modified. It was just built in.
Into into the vehicle.
And you could hook up a microphone. And I guess it was for the passenger that sits on the back.
Yeah.
And I remember one guy would ride around at nighttime on this thing and blast Backstreet Boys. And I just thought that, because he was like kind of like a badass dude. But he didn't know Backstreet Boys is, like, pretty gay.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
not there. They
like,
love it.
He was rolling around. He thought he was like tattoos and stuff.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. The karaoke is so popular in China. It's more entertainment than Netflix or something like that.
Sure.
Obviously, you can't use Netflix
it's fun.
in China. It's blocked. But, that type of thing. People would rather sit there and sing karaoke in a car than watch something. It's fun. A certain age group anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, worldview time. Okay, this is where we talk about everything in the world, specifically with regards to China. Now, I promised you we'd talk about Ayumi Hamasaki, but first you're going to have to listen to one of her coffee ads. No.
I don't support This is Ayumi Hamasaki.
That's right. Boss, I can't live without you.
That sucks.
It does.
That's junk.
That's the point. Anyway, so last week I explained that Ayumi Hamasaki is like the Britney Spears of Japan.
Yeah.
In the early 2000s, she rose to stardom and she was like a superstar. Everybody in Asia knows about her. Everybody in Asia copied her style and her looks, and she set the fingernail standards and all that kind of stuff.
She wants to be a pop star.
I think she is a pop star.
That's a Japanese pop song.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway.
Some of you might know that.
So the fact is she was making a comeback tour, and right in this whole stupid spat between China and Japan right now, which is all on the China side and not any on the Japan side at all. They canceled her concert the day before it was supposed to go live. Okay. So there's been some updates, and it really shows you how petty the Chinese government is. So take a look here. On November the 29th, Nanchang Road in Shanghai, fans who had traveled to Shanghai for the Ayumi concert gathered at the Ayumi-themed cafe in Shanghai.
Okay.
So they were supposed to be going to the concert on this day.
Yeah.
The day before it had been cancelled, just abruptly, like a message on, the Instagram or equivalent in China, basically saying, sorry, concert's cancelled. So a lot of them went home, a lot of them were disappointed, but some of them started to hang out at this cafe, all right? The thing is, maybe you could tell me, What happens when people gather in China?
It's illegal.
Yes.
You can't gather.
No.
One must not gather.
One must not gather. Especially, what happens if people gather around an event that has been cancelled?
They'll definitely be in trouble.
They'll be in a lot of trouble.
Especially if it's related to Japan, the enemy of China, according to China.
Yeah. I was curious because, here's the thing. I'd never heard of a Yumi-themed cafe in Shanghai. I'll explain in a minute. But anyway, the police turned up, shut it down, took all the posters down of Ayumi Hamasaki, and then posted a unit overnight to make sure nobody else could gather.
Oh my God.
Isn't it crazy?
Why?
Well, because they don't want anyone to acknowledge her. So I went on Baidu Street View. I found that's actually the cafe. It looks like it's just one of those pop-up, things that change hands all the time.
Yeah.
In this wonderful Nanchang Road, which I've actually been on in Shanghai. Yeah.
Very classic part of Shanghai.
Very classy, yeah. Anyway, so
classic. I didn't say classy. It's certainly not classy.
It's not classy, you're right. Yeah.
Classic.
It's classic.
Yeah.
Look, it's got the classic Shanghai nonsense. Yeah, just showing you that's it. See the little broken pieces. Oh yeah.
This song.
Yep.
Not everything in Japan is good.
Boss Coffee's awesome.
It tastes like cigarette butts.
No way.
That black one?
No, not the black one.
Don't make me bust out the like farmer. This is offensive.
Yeah, well, so I put together a little timeline here, guys, because bear with me, this does make sense. So on November 28th, the Shanghai organizer announces the cancellation of the concert. This is the day before.
And they're denying this has anything to do with anti-Japan stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
But remember, they pulled that other singer off stage. It
was already fishy.
It all happened at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. Later in that day, at 6, because basically at 3 o'clock they announced, okay, it's canceled. Mm-hmm. At 6 o'clock, the cameraman leaks solo concert pictures. See these pictures? Mm-hmm. So a cameraman that was working there said that Ayumi was now holding a solo concert because nobody.
Solo.
Yeah, exactly. Next, on November 28th. On the same day, actually, at 18:35. So at the same time the pictures were leaked, a fan posted about hearing Ayumi singing inside the venue.
Okay.
Then their Weibo gets suspended for community violations.
Talk about caught red-handed.
Dude, how bad is the Chinese government? Seriously.
Wow.
So everyone's like, oh, it's been canceled. Why? They say force majeure.
Yeah.
So then a fan that's hanging around outside the venue is like, wait, I can hear her singing, and posts it on Weibo, and then gets his social media suspended.
Because he showed a person singing.
Yes, he's like, oh, there's someone singing.
Because it goes against the CCP narrative.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So anyway, on the 29th, there's this Japan portal. It's called like.japan. They posted about the solo concert, showed the leaked photos. Okay. And then Ayumi Hamasaki herself reposted that. Okay.
So she confirmed it, or
yes,
what? Okay.
Because then the next day, the official Ayumi Instagram posted about the solo concert and posted pictures. Now, it was a full concert from the first song to the last song, fully done, fully filmed. I think they're going to be releasing it for fans later. But it had the fireworks, the streamers, the lights, everything. So it wasn't a rehearsal. It was an actual concert to an empty auditorium. Because, they were told, hey, we're not allowed to have it. So she obviously and her team decided, everybody put so much effort into putting the stage together and preparing this that we're just going to have the concert anyway. Even if the fans aren't allowed in, we're going to do it. Now, of course, that's a huge slap in the face to China. They don't want people to know this happened. Because it proves that there's no reason for the concert to be canceled.
No, it's political.
There is zero reason, because she could do the entire concert by herself solo. The people were already there, all gathered. The fans were in Shanghai, ready to go. 14,000 fans. They've bought their tickets. They want to go in. And the government's like, oh, it's been canceled.
You know what it is? It's like they don't want anyone to think it's a political reason to cancel it, but they want like Japanese officials to think that. Just not people. They don't want people to think that.
Yeah. So here's where it gets crazy. On December 1st, there was a forced apology posted about spreading false information. So they made that cameraman that leaked the solo concert photos wrote and signed a forced apology saying that it wasn't a concert, it was just a rehearsal, and that he wasn't supposed to leak the photos.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Doesn't that... Oh, by the way, that was from the paper. That's like the most prestigious state media.
Oh, no, that happened the same day, a few minutes later. So first of all, he posted on his own social media at 5:39. He posted, "I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to leak that. That wasn't a real concert." And what is it, like 20 minutes later, the official state media says the so-called Ayumi Hamasaki solo concert is false information, and then showed his letter.
They posted about it.
He first posted to his own social media.
I'm saying later, even the official account.
Oh, yeah. This is a day after it's been officially posted on the Ayumi Hamasaki official Instagram that she did the solo concert. And they're saying the so-called solo concert is false information.
So my question that I previously was going to ask you.
Yeah.
See, I like your graphics, but that's great.
Thanks.
It says, forced apology posted about spreading false information. Isn't the forced apology false information?
Yeah, that is false information. It really is.
Dude, nothing is real.
Nope.
Nothing.
So the fact that Chinese people cannot access Instagram from within China because it's blocked, they probably thought, well, they won't be able to see the official Ayumi Hamasaki post that she did it. So let's just put out this state media post saying that there was no solo concert.
Nothing is real.
Nothing is real.
If they'll make you say whatever,
yeah,
they basically force this guy to lie about himself.
Yes, they forced him to say that there wasn't a solo concert. He wasn't supposed to leak these photos, and they were of a rehearsal.
Nothing is real.
No, but there was a real solo concert, which has been confirmed by Ayumi Hamasaki herself.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
The day before, they made him put out this forced apology, and look at the timeline. That's important. You guys think I might be doing some weird, like, fanboy, crazy, like, stalker stuff to figure out all the times and stuff, but no, it's important.
I don't think anyone thought that, but now I do. Yeah.
The fact that they made him
to do a forced apology over here.
Yeah, exactly. The fact that they made that dude post his forced apology 20 minutes before state media put out their big article saying that it was false and then linking his letter means it was a coordinated government thing.
It's crazy that they wouldn't just shut the concert down and be like, yeah, we're pissed off at Japan right now because this is what it's on brand.
Yeah.
Right? Just admit it.
Yeah.
But no, they have to dance around this weird. They're weird.
They're very weird. So that's the timeline of events.
That's interesting.
I'll get us out of there if anyone ever needs to
good sleuthing.
Screenshot and take a look.
Nice job on that.
Thanks.
I wasn't particularly interested in that story, so I'm glad you did it. But I'm interested now because of how silly it is.
It is. And there's one more statement I wanted to show.
It better not be boss.
No, don't worry.
Okay.
I saved you. There are about 4 more of those boss ads, but I saved you I knew you wouldn't like it. So... On November 30th, Ayumi Hamasaki posted photos of this concert with no audience on Instagram. Ribbons, costumes, dancers, lighting, stage design, and the singer all took the stage, even though the audience seats were completely empty. She wrote, "Although there are 14,000 empty seats, I felt the love from fans all over the world. This is one of the most unforgettable performances for me. I'm deeply grateful from the bottom of my heart to the 200 Chinese and Japanese team members, band members and dancers whose dedication made this stage possible."
So they did.
Yes. She and the dancers took their final bow under the fluttering ribbons facing empty seats.
So China officially, at the highest level, said that this didn't happen.
They said, Chinese state media said the so-called solo
concert. It didn't happen.
Obviously it did.
That's
because not only did the actual singer say it happened, but there's photos that she posted and her team posted. And they took video, and it is a real whole concert. And in fact, the whole concert had already leaked onto Chinese social media, where it had been like cut up and so on, and it got deleted and taken down. And they're denying it.
I am reminded of COVID.
Yes. Yes. We're
the gaslighting.
Yes. So again, it might seem silly to go on about like a Japanese superstar whose concert got canceled, but the fact that they can lie straight to the public's face.
The analogies are there.
It just shows you how the CCP operates.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was unnecessary. There's no force majeure. They did not need to cancel this concert. It was ready to go. And guess what? It went ahead. They just didn't allow the audience to go in there to see her because they've got a silly spat with Japan because they're a bunch of little cry bullies. Isn't it crazy? Anyway, so I hope you guys learned something about how the CCP works through this incident.
So unnecessary.
So dumb. Okay, what's going on?
Huge military buildup right now.
What a surprise.
Of course, around the Philippines, gonna be around Taiwan area. It's one of the bigger displays, but a little bit of cold water on that is at the end of the year here is when China usually does all its military drills. The difference in this situation is that they didn't really explain what the drills were for.
I wonder if they'll trap one of their own submarines in one of their own submarine traps again and kill everyone on board like they did last time.
Yeah, you know, or crash a J-35 into a town.
Yes, like they did last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll do that.
Release all that damaged space station back down to Earth.
Yeah, like they did last time.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. Anyway, just it is par for the course, but they're being secretive about it.
Oh, what's this China air quality alert?
Oh, this was put out by IQ Air. I thought it was interesting. They put out a map, which I thought was interesting. But yeah, classic. They put out a map here. I wanted to go to our favorite website, so go to the next one.
I thought China had cleaned up its air and leading in green technology.
Well, you know, I'll leave it up to your interpretation, but to me, that map doesn't look very nice.
You know, it does look nice, though. Is the country of Taiwan down there, and then Japan. You know, isn't it interesting how neighboring countries can differ so much when it comes to air quality?
You know what's sad too is that the pollution that does go over to Taiwan, like when I lived there, it's from China.
You see those yellow bits in Japan? That's from China.
Yeah, the stuff blows over.
Yeah, exactly. Insane.
Which is sad. You know, it's also sad is in Taiwan, oftentimes they'll get a bunch of Chinese like garbage, like
trash,
instant ramen, and like stuff that you can't buy in Taiwan. You can see it's like Chinese, but it just
you see it in the sea. Yeah, what is this?
So Taiwan just banned Xiaohongshu.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which is kind of unprecedented.
That's huge.
Important too, because I'll tell you why. Now I'm not for banning of anything. I'm obviously pro free speech, but the problem is Taiwan's getting invaded like before they get invaded right now.
Yeah.
China's trying to swing Taiwan into their favor before they have to do a military invasion.
Yeah.
And one of the ways they do that is through apps, right? And Xiaohongshu, Little Red Book,
yeah,
or Red Note as they tried to rebrand.
Yes, it's Little Red Book.
They had 3 million Taiwanese people on there, and 3 million's a lot. There's only 20-something million people in Taiwan, right? So you had a good chunk of the population that was using this out of pure convenience, right? Sure. It's a Chinese language app, right? It's tantalizing if you're not focused or you're not privy to like national security concerns. You might be tempted to use something like this. So that was obviously being used to spread propaganda.
What people don't realize is that not only are they spreading propaganda, but that app gains access to your camera's phone and microphone. And when you're in a wartime situation like you are with Taiwan and China, they can use that for intelligence gathering and pinpointing where certain people are and so on. It's a very bad idea. So this is good. I think this should be tit for tat. China blocks all of our apps, every single one.
Yeah.
So we should block all of their apps. I just think tit for tat's fair.
I wanted to give an update on the classic conversation of what is China going to do next to try to increase birth rates, because they had the one-child policy. It's turned into a demographic collapse.
Yes.
Honestly, in 20, 30 years, China is going to have such an aged population, it won't be a functional country anymore. So they're trying to force people to have births now. They're going the other direction.
Yeah.
But nobody wants to. It's got one of the lowest birth rates in the world.
Yeah.
People just don't want to have kids. They don't have money for it. They don't see it as a future they want to bring kids into.
Sure.
Now, no matter where you stand on that or contraceptives or anything, one of their newest ploys is the increased tax on them, because they think, hey, if we make these expensive, then people won't buy them.
So they're making condoms more expensive is what they're doing by increasing the tax.
Yeah.
So there's a 13% VAT imposed on contraceptives. Yes. You know, that's, if you think about it, the developed world, they wanted to stop smoking. So what did they do? They increased tax on cigarettes and alcohol if they wanted people to stop. And so it gets to a point where it's like, you look at a pack of cigarettes and it's like $20 or something. You're like, I'm not buying that. If you're in the UK, it probably costs like $1 million. I'm not buying that. So you stop smoking. So that's what they're trying to do here is they're trying to like, you try to buy a pack of condoms. You're like, what? $50? No way. I'd rather just get everyone pregnant. You know, like You know what I'm saying? I think that's what they're trying to do. That's crazy. Sneaky. Sneaky. Oh, we've got a sticker giveaway, guys. So if you've put your name in, which there's a link down below if you want to be a part of this.
I think it's gone.
Oh, it's gone? That's weird.
There's too many.
Oh, there's too many?
Yeah. We'll bring it back at some point.
I love to see this thing grow. Okay. What? It's like, look at this. It's like a kaleidoscope. It's like one of those weird eye trick things.
That's crazy.
We have this massive wheel. We're just going to run it quickly and see who wins the 5 stickers this time around. Whoa, here goes.
It's the Doug of Dougs.
Doug of Dougs, congratulations. You are our winner of this week's sticker giveaway. So somebody will be reaching out to you and we'll be sending you 5 The China Show stickers, which you can stick wherever you like. Hopefully it's somewhere creative that other people can see it. But it's up to you. And if you'd like to share where you stick them with our Discord, that'd be amazing. I'm hoping, by the way, I'm hoping someday we can show a collage of the stickers where people have put them. Yeah. What is this music?
It
sounds like a Mortal Kombat reboot.
It's always been there.
Okay, sorry. Once again, we want to remind everyone, and I won't mess with this.
Oh, yeah.
About our awesome merch. Last mention, because it's limited. Oh yeah, Chomei. After the show, I'm going to order 3.
Nice.
I'll order 5. Yeah, I'm definitely ordering 3 of them, minimum.
TheChinaShow.threadless.com. Please pick up your Poison Beauty t-shirts. Thank you.
You guys will see. I'm going to wear that on my Obsolete Futures channel.
Nice.
You know,
do it.
This Obsolete Futures. What am I doing? Let's give myself a bit of promo here. Obsolete Futures. There we go. Look it up if you like old tech. But I'm going to be wearing that for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, it really goes in with that whole vibe, doesn't it? I love it. It's got that 80s kind of pink, kind of neon feel to it.
It does, doesn't it?
What a great design. I cannot tell you how much I love that design. Anyway, it's time for us to hit our Q&A, everybody. That's the part of the show. It's Yum Cha, where we answer your questions and you question our answers. And hopefully we've got some interesting questions today. For those of you who are, by the way, not watching us live or on the weekend, we will see you next time because we cut the Q&A out on Mondays. Anyway,
that's right.
Stay awesome.